Live from downtown New Bedford, covering from East Beach to South Beach. Welcome to the PaulSantos Show. Thank you. We have a lot of fun here. We're going to meet the interesting and the talented from the area and try to have some fun too. We are sponsored by Dusso and Zader, Empire Ford, Bay Coast, and the fine folks at Serve Pro, Dartmouth, and New Bedford. What a terrific lineup we have tonight. Waiting in the wings, competitive roller derby player Chakira Gonsalves will be out with us in a few moments. Hey, you know something? She's also known as Shake and Bake.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Shake and Bake. Man. Musical guest guitarist John Fernandes is here. All right. We have director Josh and assistant Justin helping us out.
Yeah.
And of course, need I say, the sidekick of the century, Mr. Chops Turner. All right, Chops. All right. Well, you know, we have Valentine's Day, so I figured we'd have a Valentine's Day theme on the monologue. You know, Valentine's Day, for some reason, made me think about the history of the malasada. I know that sounds a little strange. You know, you can read all about the malasada on NewBedfordGuide.com, you know. I mean, think about the malasadas. You're probably thinking, what does malasadas have to do with Valentine's Day? Well, malasadas, they're warm, and they're soft, and they're squishy, and they have curves, and they're super hot, and they're sizzling, and they're rolled in sugar, and they're sweet as sugar. Doesn't that remind you of Mrs. Chops?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Doesn't that remind you of the love of your life?
Yeah, it does.
Well, anyway, a couple of other news items, Chops. The Wisconsin cops actually pulled over the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile for not changing lanes while passing someone in the breakdown lane. You see that right there? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that, pulling over the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile? I mean, can you envision this? Can you envision this happening with the cops? Hey, you, pull out. I mean, pull over. Wait a minute, hold it. I got a summons for the salami right here. Anyway. You know, they could actually make a commercial for condoms. This is where the rubber meets the road. Right here with Chops didn't like that one. I'm telling you, they're going to be calling me, and they're going to be, let's use that. Well, anyway, I don't think this is right. You know, I think the cops are jealous of the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. That's why they pulled it over.
I think so too.
You know, I think they had Wienermobile envy. That's why they pulled it over. Is Shakira still here? All right. By the way, do you like potato chips, Chops?
Yeah, I like them.
You know, I had to cut every time I want to go on a little diet, get a little round in the middle here. The first thing that always goes is potato chips, right? Well, you know, Frito-Lay has a campaign called Operation Smile, where they're looking for someone whose face will be placed on the front of the bags. Well, maybe you know, like Chops Chips.
Hell yeah.
Chops Chips.
Chips chops.
Makes a good Frito-Lay.
Why not?
How about Paul's Pringles?
That sounds
Yeah,
good.
you know, extra crispy.
Oh, yeah.
No one can have just one. Nobody wants any, actually, come to think of it.
You got to eat them all, man.
Well, anyway, speaking of all the food and all that, you ever have a lady finger?
No.
No. Well, actually, I had one the other day. I cut off a woman in Fall River, and she gave me a lady finger. Fall River's a tough city. Tough city. Well, you know, Chops, I want to keep you updated on the news. I know this is the way you get your news right here. You can now be fined for warming up your unoccupied car for longer than 5 minutes. So, you know, some people, they want to warm up their car, they run back in the house. Yeah, well, if you leave it there for 5 minutes unoccupied, you can actually be fined. Well, lucky, guys like me and Chops don't need 5 minutes to warm up. Anyway, that's terrible. Officer, my tailpipe is freezing. Help me. So anyway, that's actually a law. See, I don't like that either, because when it's cold, I like to have the car warm up, and then you just slide right in.
You got the automatic starter, right?
Nice and warm and cozy and everything.
You got the automatic starter, right?
Yeah, I do have. Actually, I do. Hey, well, you think I'm going to actually walk out to the car? No. You know, Chops, last week on the show, you mentioned that you had a thought of going to Portugal with the Sheriff Hodgson.
Oh, yeah, I was supposed to go to the Azores with him. He asked me to go and go entertain over there. I said, yeah, sure, I will go. Why not?
He was going to bring you there for Valentine's Day? Or? I didn't know you and the sheriff are that close.
You know, I do his fundraiser every year.
Yeah, no, I know you do. I know you do. Yeah, so that'd be great. That'd be
That's
great.
huge, man. I mean,
you'd be fantastic. And you know, we've had people say,
nice to me.
we're going to have John Fernandes on, musical guest. We love to have musical guests, and people say, what about Chops? I'm like, oh, yeah, we're going to have Chops. We're going to bring a keyboard in. I know you've performed before, but it's been a few weeks. It's been I think people are missing the Chops over here, you know.
I might bring my guitar player.
Exactly. So we'll definitely do it in a few weeks. Roller derby, right? Did you grow up watching any other roller derby?
I used to watch it, man. That was crazy, roller derby.
Yeah.
The women, I seen the women when they used to go around the thing.
Yeah, they got the helmets and the whole thing.
Knock the woman over.
You know, tonight we have a lady who she's on the Mass Attack competitive roller derby team, and she's actually starting up a junior team.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's going to be with us.
I can't believe
she's going to be with us in a moment.
Her name, that kind of look.
Yeah, she very, very young look. And a very attractive young lady. But, you know, I have a song here that this is her favorite song right here. You know, let me see if I can get it to play.
Oh, okay.
She gets mixed up with the other Chakira. Chakira. You know that song, right?
Oh, yeah.
Here it comes. Shakira. All right, I'm sorry. I couldn't. Is she still? Did she run for the exit yet? Is she still here? She looks like she's 22 years old or something. She really does.
Young.
You know, she said rollerblading keeps you young. She looks
does,
great.
Man.
She looks just as good, if not better, than the other Shakira. It's true.
You mean the one that was on the Super Bowl?
Yeah, the Super Bowl. The one that was on the Super Bowl.
That was a crazy show.
Yeah, crazy show. Did you like that show?
Yeah, it was nice.
Well, anyway, let's get to the guests before they run for the exits.
Okay.
Right now, no, we're having some fun. We're going to go to our guest. She's really doing a great thing with the roller derby, and she's actually starting one out for young kids to participate. All right, our first guest tonight is quite a woman. She is on a competitive adult rollerblading team and is starting a junior team very shortly. Welcome to our microphones, Miss Chakira Gonsalves. Let's hear it for Chakira. All right.
Hello.
Thank God Chakira has a sense of humor. How are you?
It's roller derby.
Roller derby?
We don't play on roller blades.
Oh, roller derby. Okay, all right. Well, thank you very much. She set me straight already, Chops. You set me straight already. Roller derby team. I typed in blade and roller derby team. Okay, great. Well, before we get into the roller derby, let's learn a little bit about you. You're a young lady from New Bedford, right?
Yes, born and raised.
And New Bedford High School?
Yes.
All right. And let's see, what else? After high school, what did you do?
After high school, I went to EMT school. I went to cosmetology school. I went to BCC several times.
All right.
And I graduated from BCC last year, and I'll be graduating from there again, and then transferring all those credits to UMass.
All right. Well, good for you. What field are you going for?
Behavioral social sciences.
Oh, beautiful. All right. Now, and you're working right now as a dispatcher at UMass Dartmouth, right?
Yep.
All right. Good for you. Now, tell me, how did you get involved in all this roller derby stuff?
Maybe like 5 years ago, a little bit longer than that. Actually, it was a little bit longer than that, maybe like 6. I got really sick and I had to go to the hospital. I have a liver and kidney dysfunction, and I also have something called von Willebrand's.
Okay.
So my blood doesn't clot normally like everybody else's. So a lot of issues with my legs in circulation. Yeah.
You can't tell when you're out in the roller derby, I can tell you that.
So it was like one of the hospital stays that I had. It was like maybe 32 days or something like that. St. Luke's, for some reason, they have like 3 channels. And the same movie was just playing over and over, and it was called Whip It. And my doctor came in and he's like, "You still watching this?" And I'm like, "I love this thing. Like, I'm going to do that." And
it was a roller derby movie.
It was a roller derby movie. And I was like, "I'm going to do that." I don't know what I was thinking. But he's like, "You can't even walk. Like, how are you going to skate? Like, you literally have to walk on your tippy toes, and somebody's holding you with a gait belt. Like, you're not going to be able to do that."
So then you bounce back from that.
Yeah, because it ticked me off. I can't say the P word, right?
Yeah, you can.
It pissed me off.
Yeah, if you listen to the monologue, we say all kinds of stupid stuff here, crazy stuff. Yeah, so you got pissed off.
I got pissed off.
And then you said, "Hey, I'm going to work," and what you have to do, like physical therapy and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I did a lot of physical therapy. I was down at like health tracks, and I did like the water aerobics thing. I got a membership at the Y. My friend Justin, he was a personal trainer, so he helped me out.
That's great.
And then there was another guy that I was training with for a little bit in New Bedford. I think he's on Union Street still, which was Rontel Grant. I loved working out with him. He's a little pricey, but
he made you work.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you to get to the point where you could actually do this roller derby stuff?
So it took me like maybe 2 years to be able to actually get back on skates.
Oh, that's great.
And then while skating there, I thought, like, I'm going to do this. This is going to be great. And then I got there and I was like, wait a minute, this is way more work than I thought it was going to be. It's not just skating in a circle.
So you ended up getting involved in this team called the Mass Attack.
Yes, Mass Attack Roller Derby.
Yeah, and so, I mean, that looks like a lot of fun. I mean, I know the ladies there, they make a lot of friendships, and it's a lot of fun. You guys hang out together. It's a lot of camaraderie, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of, the girls are really, really great. Everybody comes from, like, different walks of life. And it's probably like people that I probably wouldn't have met in my everyday life.
Well, you know, I actually went out there one day. We're going to roll some footage over here. And actually, Chops, if you could come over and kind of keep an eye on the monitor over here, because we actually went out there and I actually shot some footage. You have the video, you know, and it was really fun watching the ladies go around. And you have the person that goes around and gets the points. That is a name, right?
Yeah, that's the jammer.
The jammer, right? So the jammer kind of comes around and gets points. Hopefully, we have the video. And then if they pass everybody, then that's how they get the points, right?
Yeah, so you have 4 blockers and 1 jammer. So there's 5 girls from each team on the track at the same time. The jammers start at the jam line, and there's 2 other players who are considered the pivots. They wear a stripe on their helmet. So the pivot can become the jammer at any point in the game.
Yeah, right.
By them passing the star to the next.
So do you perform as the jammer yourself sometimes?
If they make me. It's not my favorite position. I love to be a pivot because I like that I have the opportunity to be a jammer, but also I can play offense and defense at the same time.
Right.
And I like to chase jammers. I don't really like to be the jammer.
So we don't have, I just want to check, we don't have the video? We have the video? Okay, can you roll the video? I want to take a look at I want to take a video of it. We're going to show you the ladies traveling around there. And it's pretty physical. Like you guys, you know, you get the helmets, you get the elbow guards, you get everything. Let's take a look at it. Do you have the video? Let's go. Let's roll it.
Your very own Mass Attack All-Stars. That's a nice hit by Chakira.
All right, so it gets a little rough out there. What did you call that when one lady kind of banged into the other one there?
So, well, that was our coach. She's one of like
The coach?
Yeah, she's a coach and she's a player. She plays for the All-Stars team.
Yeah.
She's really, really great. Her name's Torpedo. So when she hits us, we say you got terped.
You got terped. Hey, Chops, you ever been terped before? No, that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And so, like, when you decided that you were going to do the roller derby, the Mass Attack was already in existence, I imagine?
Yeah, so when I
found it?
When I originally found them, they, I believe, were playing in Taunton. So I went to, I think, maybe 2 or 3 practices, and then I quickly realized, like, my legs do not work enough. So I have to get back to physical therapy and do a lot better to do it. Then they resurfaced in Fairhaven, so then I ended up joining then, and everything worked out. I went to level 1, which they call fresh meat or fresh muscle, and they taught me the ropes.
Well, you know, I think it's a great motivational story. I didn't know you had that background. I know that you had watched the video in the hospital, but I didn't realize there was all that rehab and all that. So that's really
great.
Well,
I still go through all that stuff.
Yeah, so
yeah,
I think
they don't call me shakes for nothing. Like literally, my leg.
Oh,
my legs, like literally, I would drop down. I'll shake,
and
then it comes back, and then I just
my goodness!
skate away.
So I thought shake and bake was like, you know.
Well, shake and bake.
Some other reason.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of reasons. It's that, and I don't cook, so it's definitely not that. I definitely don't cook, so it's not that.
I'm sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
You ever watched that movie Talladega Nights
I don't think. Oh, no, I haven't. But I
with
know
Ricky Bobby?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I have not seen it.
So one of the girls that I skate with, who I'm really close with, her name's Ricky Bobby, but her actual name is Amy. So when we started skating together, we had a coach that was trying to teach us the ropes, and we thought we were really great, like going so fast, but we didn't know how to stop. So she's like, shake and bake, Ricky Bobby, slow it down, and it's Talladega Nights.
And they kind of stuck from there,
It
huh?
kind of stuck, and we just kept those names when we graduated.
Well, when I interviewed you the last time, I had the pleasure of interviewing once before, and I said, what's the shake and bake? And you went, shake it and bake it. So I was like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. Well, anyway, one of the things that you're doing, which I think is great, too, because, you had this road back, and you had to motivate yourself to have this road back. And, a lot of people have obstacles, and they have to fight their way back. So, we congratulate you for that, because you're an inspiration there. As far as starting up a new team, you enjoyed to the point where you're saying, you know what? I want to start a team for kids so that kids can get involved and, learn the proper techniques and so forth. So tell me about that. This is the South Coast Shipwreckers. Okay.
Yep. So
I got a T-shirt coming, I got a T-shirt. I'm going to be wearing the South
I hustled them for $20. So. I'm not crazy. Support the children. We're poor.
She got through the monologue. That's going to be worth something. Go ahead. So this is great.
At my games, there's a group of kids that always come out. Nevaeh is one of them. She comes out all the time, and they make signs and they're cheering me on and stuff. So I always thought, how cool would it be for the kids to actually be able to play it too? And when was it, Anna? Last summer. So last summer, Cape Cod ended up coming down to Carousel, and they have a juniors league. So the juniors league started skating there. The kids around this area found out that they were skating. So Anna's daughter, Nevaeh, and a few other girls wanted to join. They ended up joining. Once their floor was fixed, Cape Cod went back to their home. And some of the kids stuck with them, but then we quickly realized that there's a lot of kids in this area that don't have the funds to get to and from Cape Cod, and they don't have the funds for their own gear, and they don't have funds for registration and insurance. And we thought that we could potentially build something like that here and get these kids rolling.
Yeah, that's great. And the thing, too, is you were telling me before, we were showing the highlights, and we got a couple of clips of some contact and stuff like that. For the younger kids, a lot less contact, a real safe sport for them to participate in.
Yeah, it's actually, stats prove it's safer than basketball. It's safer than football. These kids are fully geared up. They have mouth guards, they have elbow pads, wrist guards, knee pads, helmets, and we teach them all the techniques that they need to know. They will not have any contact when they first start. It's literally skating skills, how to fall down safely, how to get up quick, keep your fingers in so you don't get run over.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
That happened to you.
Yeah, it happens.
So now if somebody is out there and they're saying, hey, one of my kids wants to get involved in this thing, how do they get in contact with you?
We actually have a Facebook page and we have an Instagram page, so you can always reach us out on there.
Okay, what is it?
It's South Coast Shipwreckers Junior Roller Derby.
Okay.
If you literally Google my name, you can find my phone number, thanks to the state of Massachusetts that I work for. So call me.
And by the way, you have another thing that you do. I mean, you're the dispatcher at UMass Dartmouth. You also, do this thing with the roller derby, and and you also do like face painting and cosmetology stuff. Is that
Yeah, so I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I do travel stylings. I do makeup. I do hair. For,
right.
Weddings or some.
You
models.
did a nice job with your own.
Thanks, because I know earlier.
No.
If my hair was mine.
You can't work on men, can you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Hey, Chops. We could get a new look. I think we need some help. We need a new look here. I want to take a few years off, fix this up anyway. So any future plans in particular? I mean, you're focusing on all the stuff that you're doing. I know you got a young, you got a 20-year-old daughter.
Yep, she'll be 20 this summer.
And congratulations, you are, I can't believe this. I can't believe it.
We don't say that. I'm a G.
You're a what?
I'm just a G.
You're a G. Oh, okay, you're a G, yeah.
Or
your
glam.
daughter.
Or glamour.
G for glamour. Yeah, G for glamour. Yeah, I like that. That sounds good. So you're the G of your daughter had a baby, right? A daughter.
Yeah.
and she's 1 month old.
Yeah, well, he's 1 month old.
He's 1 month old.
I call him the Grinch. He was born on Christmas, so he stole Christmas and sleep.
You know,
so
you
he's a
don't,
Grinch.
you don't look like a G.
I'm definitely looking like a G.
Well, I know you're looking like a G.
My mom's the OG.
Yeah,
and I'm the G.
yeah. We're the old G, the old G, the old geezer. Oh, that's the old G. Anyway, all right. So, any other hobbies?
I paint.
Yeah, you paint.
I'm like the jack of all trades, master of none type of girl. So.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Looks like you enjoy life, and
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Well, you have to. Like, I always say, like, because, like, you know, I have issues with my liver and kidneys, and you need your liver to live, so.
Yeah, right.
You kind of have to, like, embrace life and take it day by day, and when you're sitting there for 30 or 60 days in a hospital room, you kind of start writing checklists of all these amazing things that you're going to do when you get out, and that's pretty much what I did.
Yeah, thank you for having a sense of humor
off.
on the whole Chakira stuff, you know, because, you know, I actually interviewed Chakira Gonsalves on before. So I'm standing there, and I say, oh, yeah, hi, my name's PaulSantos, and nice to meet you. And she goes, yeah, my name is Chakira, and I went into the whole, oh, hips don't lie, you know. And then she just went like, oh, God, not another one, please, not another one, I can't. So like if you were single and I was single and we first met and I did the hips don't lie thing, it would be like, it's over. It's swipe whatever the way it's over for this clown. But anyway, you must have to hear that. You know, well, you know what they used to do to me? They'd say like, "Oh, Santos, what's a Portuguese guy on the beach? Santos, oh, you know." They just go like, so it's like one of those. Shut up already. So the fact that Chakira was on the Super Bowl, does that mean you heard more jokes about it or not really?
Well, everybody was like, oh my God, Chakira did so great. And I was like, hashtag thank you guys.
Oh, see, in that situation, you know.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely take it. Yeah. Yes, J-Lo is my BFF. Yeah.
Hey, well, keep up the good work over there. Have a lot of fun with Mass Attack. I know you guys are back on track. Probably in April, right?
April, our games start for Mass Attack. Hopefully, April we'll be starting the juniors program. Like I said, we're in the E-for-All program, so we're going to finish that up.
All right.
And we're trying to top off our fundraising. Visit our page.
All right. Yep. Absolutely. Go to the chops. Go to the page.
Yeah.
I got a T-shirt coming.
Yeah, we're trying to top off our insurance and get our rent paid for, you know, our practice spaces and get the kids all geared up. We have a wish list that we post once a week. So if you have any of these old things laying around in your basement, just let us know and we'll come pick them up.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot, Chakira, for coming by. A couple of things. Thank you for having a sense of humor. I enjoy talking to people that love to laugh and joke around. And the other thing is, bouncing back is a real inspiration, and doing something, taking something that you have a passion for and introducing it to kids, those are all great things. So
yeah, well, it's great when you have great coaches that push you to do great things, and as like a thank you to them, I want to bring them newbies. So these kids that are 17 and they turn 18, I can be like, come with us.
Thanks very much. Chakira Gonsalves, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Just a fantastic guest for us over here. All right, we're moving ahead to the pictures of the week. We try to pick one from the New Bedford area and one from the Fall River area. The New Bedford picture of the week is this beautiful shot of Fort Phoenix, which is out in Fairhaven. Look at this right here, taken at sunset. Can you imagine that? That is unbelievable. A beautiful, gorgeous picture of the sunset coming through. The picture was sent in by Melissa Nakar. How about that? I just love seeing the kind of like the rays coming through. Just a fantastic picture. And the Fall River area picture of the week, check out Kennedy Park. Kennedy Park, of course, is a staple in Fall River. And again, you've got the sunset in the back, of course. We love sunsets around here. This photo was taken by Kyle R. Rays. Kennedy Park and a sunset. That is the Fall River area picture of the week. We have another terrific guest live in studio, a very talented musician. He plays a nasty guitar. Ladies and gentlemen, it's John Fernandes. Hey, John, how you doing?
Thanks, How are you, bud? Thanks for having me.
Well, you know, John, I've seen you play that guitar online, and I wanted to get you in so you could play a couple of tunes for us. So it's great to have you with us.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Well, let's learn a little bit about you. You were also a New Bedford guy, right?
Yes, New Bedford High.
All right, and then what did you do after that?
Went to UMass Dartmouth, started out an English major, and then switched to music. That's when the guitar kind of took over from there.
Fell in love with music, didn't you?
Yeah, I started playing senior year in high school. That was really it after that. Always loved music, though. I wanted to start when I was younger, but I was more into basketball for quite some years.
No kidding. So music is your passion.
Yeah.
And it's a full-time thing, really, because you teach.
Yep. Teach and play. Yep.
Tell me about the teaching.
Teaching for 20 years now, and I love it. I love the enthusiasm when you see a student, when they feel like they've accomplished something, or they're just kind of all jazzed up about getting better, you know.
Great. So you
improving all
teach
the
and you
time.
gig.
Yep. Teach and
Around the
gig,
area.
gig and teach, rinse, wash, repeat, same thing. Yeah.
Rinse, wash, and repeat.
Rinse, wash, repeat. Yep.
All right, he's going to do a couple of songs for us tonight. The first one really needs no introduction, but we're going to give it an introduction anyway. It is actually a Beatles classic, Come Together. Ladies and gentlemen, John Fernandes.
Here come old flat top, he come grooving up slowly. He got juju eyeball, he got holy roller. He got hair down to his knees. You got to be a joker, he just do what he please. He wear no shoe shine, he got toe jam football, he got monkey finger, his shoe Coca-Cola. He say, I know you, and you know me. And one thing I can tell you is you got to be free. We'll come together right now. Hey, bad production, he got walrus gumbo, he got oh no sideboard, he won't spinal cracker, he got head down to his knees. I hold you in his armchair, you can feel his disease. We'll come together right now over me. A roller coaster, he got early warning, he got muddy water, he want mojo filter, he said 1 and 1, 1 is 3. Well, you got to be good looking, 'cause it's so hard to see. We'll come together right now over me. Come together, yeah. We'll come together, yeah. We'll come together, yeah. We'll come together, yeah.
Yeah, John Fernandes. Nice job. The Beatles come together.
Thank you.
One of the things I've noticed that you do, because we're kind of friends on Facebook and some of the social media platforms, I know every once in a while you like to post a song, you're jamming a little bit,
Yeah.
even with the electric guitar and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That's a lot of fun to watch. What is
Yeah.
it, you like to do that just to kind of let people know what you're
Put
feeling and
stuff
so
out
forth?
there.
Yeah.
I think everyone should put more of their own creative stuff out there, whether it's music, art, cooking, what have you. I don't know. You might inspire people to do the same.
Yeah,
you know.
fantastic. Now,
Yeah.
you have a family here in the area, or
Yeah. My parents live here. My sister lives here.
Fantastic.
So we're all local.
you're an NB guy?
Yeah. Sure am.
Now, I know, musicians really, obviously, you like playing the covers.
Yep.
But a lot of people also like to do some writing, right?
Yeah.
So you're starting to do that, and you've been doing that too, right? Tell me about that, and how difficult is it to write a song? Because I think most people that don't know anything about it think, oh my God, that's
It's
got to be
very
tough.
hard.
Yeah,
If I
yeah,
sit
right.
there and say, I'm going to write a song today and it's going to be a happy song or whatever, it just doesn't work out too well. Usually the way it works out for me is if I just pick up and start playing and just improvising and jamming, and then stuff starts to come out, whether it's a happier vibe or more mellow or sad, and then I kind of try to record it right away, because if I don't, it's gone. If I'll remember that. No, it's gone. Got to put it in the phone, keep it, work on it more and more.
So you do the music first?
Yeah, writing lyrics are something I do too often. I've been trying to do it here and there lately, but it's more about, for me, it's writing music.
And you have something coming out, right? You worked with another artist?
Yep, the next song I'm going to do, actually, my buddy PaulSantos, he put out a book of poetry, really great stuff, and I had it open one day to a specific page, and I had these chords, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, and I just started singing with it, trying to come up with a melody, and it seemed like it all jived a little bit, so that was like a first for me as far as writing, putting words to a tune, but, they were my good friends' words. So he was fine with it. I'm like, you cool with that? He's like, yeah, do whatever you want. So,
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to hear that song right now. That is a song that is an original. It is called Mi Estrella. Once again, John Fernandes. Let's hear it.
My North Star, my North Star, me Estrella, well, me Estrella, me. Scorched earth, your scorched surroundings, the temples had been built, even the railroads had lost their respect. Time had lost its compass, the freedom and the soul had paved itself a prison yet. My North Star, my North Star, me Estrella, well, me Estrella, me. Four horsemen, they had prevailed, yeah, in a vile dream. One more time, those four horsemen, yeah, I'm going to tell you about it. The four horsemen, they had prevailed, yeah, in a vile dream. Now as I hail my spiritual pistol bang, as I hail my spiritual pistol bang, as I hail my spiritual pistol bang, as I hail my spiritual pistol bang. Lock and key, and I held her close as well. My North Star, my North Star, me Estrella, well, me Estrella, me. My North Star, my North Star, me Estrella, well, me Estrella, me. My North Star, my North Star, me Estrella, and me Estrella, me.
All right. Hey, that's a beautiful song.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
John Fernandes,
Thank you.
Mi Estrella.
Thank you.
You know what I like about that one? It almost has like a southern sound to it, a country sound to it a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah. Cool. Thank
Where
you.
you go down with your voice and so forth.
Thank you. Yeah.
So real cool. Great
Nice.
job.
I'm glad
Great
you
job.
liked
All right, future plans now. Obviously, you're going to be working with
Yep.
some other artists and
Yeah.
collaborating and so forth.
Yeah, a couple things with the J. Kelly Band. So we got an album coming out, hopefully springtime, summer. I'd like to get in the studio too at some point. Do have a bunch of solo stuff, get that happen. Maybe an EP, but not a full length just yet. Maybe 5-6 tunes of some
That'd be
stuff.
great.
Maybe put that one on there, some other stuff, and hopefully if I can do that in the summer, get that out by like maybe next Christmas.
Right.
You know.
And what places do you generally play in around the area?
Yeah, all of them really. We got Greasy Luck, Poor Farm, played at Rose
Right.
Alley, Seaport Inn, Mattapoisett Inn. well, in on Shipyard Park, I always call it Matterport.
Yeah,
But,
right.
But pretty much Bittersweet Farms in Westport. You know,
So
all
people
the-
can just check you out on social media,
Yeah,
figure out where you
yeah.
are and stuff like that.
Yeah, all the usual places.
We'll see you in all the familiar places.
Yeah,
that's all right.
yeah, yep.
Well, John, thanks a lot. Those
Thank
are
you.
two
Thanks.
two
Thanks.
nice songs, the cover song and the original song. It was really fun meeting you, and thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, John
Appreciate
Fernandes,
it.
ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
So happy to have him here tonight. Chops, you're still. By the way, when I was talking about your wife, is it
Yeah.
okay to call her Mrs. Chops? It's
Yeah.
probably a bad idea, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is Valentine's Day on Friday night. You know,
Yes,
like
sir.
aren't you going to spend some time with Mrs. Chops?
Yeah,
Huh?
Mr. Elizabeth singing all the love songs, you know.
Yeah. See, a guy like you, see, I can't sing, right? But you can look at Mrs. Turner and you can say, "You'll never find
Oh, yeah.
as long as you live." You know, go into one of those things. You know, like you
Oh,
can do
yeah.
that. You can do a little Barry White.
Luther Vandross.
Don't you? You do Barry White, don't
Oh,
you?
yeah, Barry, all that stuff.
What's
yeah.
what's like the Barry White song that you do?
Oh, can't get enough of your love, but my first, my last.
Yeah, how does that go?
Never
You're,
gonna give you
you're
up.
my first. You're my last. You're everything.
Yeah.
But you can't get the pipes down as low as Barry White.
I can go down. Yeah, I can get
Barry
down
White was
sometime.
carrying some kahunas there. You know what I mean? Like he could get
Hey,
down.
I saw him in person, man. You talking about? He was
Yeah, you
phenomenal.
did. Yeah,
Oh,
I know. We lost him too young.
Too
a few
young,
years
man.
ago.
He had a liver problems, you know.
Yeah.
Liver problems.
Do you ever sing to the missus at all, like once in a while?
Oh yeah, sometimes she gets tired of hearing me because they hear me in the nightclub, they hear me at home practicing, rehearsing. Like my man said over here, the guitar, creating new songs, original compositions.
Yeah. Good.
They hear me all the time.
Well, somebody said they enjoying all the musicians, and I was scrolling through.
I
Did you
enjoy
see
all
that? Somebody
oh,
went,
yeah,
"Hey,
yeah.
Chops is a very talented." Did
Yeah.
you see that?
No, I
comment?
didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see that?
Somebody gave me credit for once.
They said Chops has got all.
I'm like that.
Yeah, they said,
I get
"Hey,
no respect, man.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, you know what? We'll have to highlight Chops.
Yeah, work at it, man. I work at it.
All right, we had a fun show tonight. As we said before, we're here to highlight the talented and interesting in the area. We try to have some fun. I hope that's okay. People are always arguing on the social
right,
media,
that's right,
so we're trying
that's
to do
right.
something positive to kind of show the spotlight on some of the positive things that are going on. We'd like to take the opportunity to thank our guest, roller derby star Chakira Gonsalves. Notice how I said roller derby, also known as shake and bake, by the way.
Take it big.
And it looks much younger than she
What's
is.
the other thing? Twerking?
Well, because they're not
Twerking.
twerking. No, that's a whole nother thing. No.
Okay.
No, that's a whole other thing. What was it called? What was that name again, Shakira? When your friend?
When you get turked.
Oh,
Oh,
Terps.
Terps. Oh, Terps.
Yeah, Terps. That's a totally different thing.
Okay, there was
You can tell Chops has been around. Anyway, we'd also like to thank our director, guitarist John Fernandes.
Yeah.
Thanks to guitarist John Fernandes. All right. We have our director producer Josh Souza, production assistant Justin Pereira,
Yeah.
and of course the sidekick of the century, Mr. Chops Turner. All right, Mr.
Hey, where's
Chops.
Leo?
All right.
Where's Leo in the news?
What's that?
What's his name? Leon.
Yeah, well, yeah. Since you've been here, poor Leon. I think
Well, Leon.
we'll get him on one of these
Oh,
days.
yeah,
you know.
get Leon, man.
Chops is comfortable in the seat over here. But we'll get
Leon's
Leon.
my man. He's creating a new song for me, too.
Is he? All
Oh,
right. So yeah, we're gonna have
great
Leon.
writer.
We're gonna have
Great
Leon
writer.
back on.
Great
We're gonna have
writer.
Leon Monty, who
Yeah.
does some great work
He's a
in
great writer,
Ghana,
man.
West Africa.
Songwriter. Oh, yeah.
And he's fantastic. Okay, so we don't have a show next week. We put in a big time contractor. We don't work on 3-day weekends. So that means we have 2 weeks to get ready for the next show. In 2 weeks, our guests are going to be political analyst Tom Hunt. Going to be talking about the primary, which is coming up in Massachusetts. We also have singer Rick Kinsella. So thanks again for watching tonight. We thought we had a fun show. We'll see you in 2 weeks for another edition of the Paul Santos Show. Thanks for watching and good night.